Hello and welcome to the Projector Project. My name is Diederik. It's a beautiful sunny morning here and I want to talk to you about faith. Faith as a projector. And the reason I'm mentioning faith is because I was reading this really interesting text by Richard Rudd, who's the author of the Gene Keys. He's also a human design professional. He's done a lot of work with human design and he was writing about the projector. And he said the predominant attitude the projector wants to adopt in life is faith. First of all, faith in yourself. And this also feeds into this idea that the one thing that you need to know as a projector is that you want to walk into a room not needing anything from anyone. And if you have watched any of the other videos, you know I've mentioned this multiple times. And I mentioned it, this idea of walking into a room and not needing anything, because I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like when in my body and in my being, when I know I really don't need anything from anyone. I really become magnetic. I can feel it. So, yeah, I just jumped straight in. So, hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey of, well, not just human design and deconditioning, but also just life in general. You know, and I'm gonna dive right back into this, but I also wanted to share a little bit. There's been someone that's been commenting on some of my videos, and she's mentioning this is a vlog, and in many ways it is a vlog. I am a human design professional. I have been doing this I've been working with the system for over 7 years, and Gene Keys in conjunction with the Gene Keys both. I've been doing it professionally now for 3 years and continuing my education in the career and business application of human design, and I've got some really interesting stuff in the works that I'll be looking to share with you guys in the next few months. But with that being said, yeah, I also just want to share the realness of life with you guys, as well as the human design stuff, because in the end, the system is great. It's a really, really powerful system. And whether you're new to it or you've been working with it for a while, you know that it's powerful. But in the end, it's the practical application in the day-to-day life that really makes the difference. That's where it matters. Otherwise, it's just entertainment, right? So I'm really applying this information right now, and one of the things I want to come back to is this idea of faith. So Richard Rudd talks about faith in yourself first of all, and then he also talks about you want and need to have faith that the right people are going to show up in your life that bring you opportunities in career, in relationship, etc., etc., etc. And I thought that was really interesting. And he's also mentioning that he has this title in one of the paragraphs, and he says, "Compromise is the death of the projector." And he says the reason he says this is because if you have people in key areas of your life, your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, manager, best friend circle, just people you hang out with that you see regularly, if they don't 100% recognize you, they're going to exhaust you. Exhaustion is he says exhaustion is a running theme for the projector. And so when we are with people that don't see us, that don't truly recognize us, and we may enjoy their company, they may even enjoy our company, but they just don't see us. And he even mentions on a deep level they may not respect us because they don't see us. And what I love in what he says recognition is the invitation. I'm going to make a video about this, a separate video about this, but I want to bring it back to this idea of faith. So the idea is that you want to have faith that you will attract the right people into your life, the right opportunities in your career into your life, and not having to force anything. And this is the running theme, right, for the projector as well, like going out there and wanting things to happen and pushing things and really sometimes dancing, for me at least, dancing with this subtle thing, like, am I invited or not? Am I invited to speak? And I thought it was interesting, right, that the recognition is the invitation. When you're with the right person, have the right person in your aura, you know, you have this creative explosion, this you're seen and you're heard by this person, and also the other people. And I don't know, maybe I'll end up just combining both these things in this video. You know, I've experienced this with these friends of mine, and so the Projector Project is a is a project that I started through this notion that I'm a 5/1 and meant to work with strangers. And by that I mean that I didn't let any of my existing network know that I made this YouTube channel initially. And I just wanted to see what would happen. I had something to share and I wanted to share it, and it's just been wonderful to see how this has been resonating with people, and an invitation to continue being of service by sharing. And I am someone that is meant to fulfill their purpose through transforming. This is from the Human Design. I'm a left angle, so that's one piece of it. So there's that transpersonal karma that I have with people. Being a fifth line, there is also a sense of karma there. And also being, you know, transforming. There's 4 ways of transforming, and one of them is through, or fulfilling purpose rather. And one of them is through transforming. Others are bonding, physical form, and the mind. And so this one is about transforming. So I transform with you guys as I share these things. So thank you for co-creating this with me and allowing me to transform along with you. And so bringing it back to this faith, but also being the projector. And what Richard Roach says in his text turned out to be so true for me. You know, he says, like, you can be the projector and say and share things, and you will just not be heard or seen. But you can do the same thing in the aura of someone that truly recognizes you, and now you're heard, now you're seen, and people really want to invite you. And so what he says is, like, behind every successful projector, you will find the projector in relationship. And I don't mean romantic per se. It can be a friend. And I'm bringing it back, you know, Coded to Thrive is my official business. I have a YouTube channel for that, where I'll be sharing more now that I really have clarity on what it is, how I want to serve. And I have a website for that as well. And I'm recording podcasts. And what I notice is with my soul brother Daniel is that he really sees me. Every time we're together, it's just a creative explosion. And we recorded this podcast, which I will link below. And it's almost like something, it's almost like it's different being in my body. It's a different experience of my consciousness, and things just come through, and I speak more clearly, and I'm more creative, and things just happen so quickly. And I know it because I've been getting all kinds of people within my existing network telling me, like, Dan, Diederik, like, D, like, I can really, like, I hear you, you're magnetic, like, and I'm like, yeah, and that's because I'm in the aura of someone that truly sees me. And I couldn't force that. It just happened, and he invited me into that. So that brings me back to that faith piece. And the same as far as relationship is concerned. In the last year, I was invited into a intimate connection with 2 amazing women that truly see me, like, truly see my essence. they recognize me. There is a recognition, and I can be myself, and it's allowed me, or I've been invited in that sense, to really be witnessed by these women, to be witnessed in these moments of vulnerability, choosing to bare my soul in that sense, not for validation, but for my own understanding, and being witnessed in that. And I know how powerful it is to be witnessed. I have a friend now. She's so dear to me right now, and holding space for me in this. And she says, "D, what do you need? Like, what do you need right now?" And sometimes I just say, "You know what? I just need to be witnessed." She's like, "Okay. Lay it on me. What do you got?" There's also a deep psychic connection. So it's almost like we can read each other's minds, and with these people that are really, truly, deeply meant for me in terms of connection and recognition. They're my soul tribe, my deepest, innermost circle of my soul tribe. In fact, the friend right now, she's actually visiting me here, and here in Spain. I'm in the mountains of Spain, and she already sees my highest essence always, and I see hers, and I'm able to hold her to that. And the people that I work with, my soulmate clients, who really see me and feel deeply called through their authority, whether it's intuitive authority or emotional authority, whatever it is. There's 7 authorities in human design, to work with me. And I had no idea these connections were going to happen. In fact, until the one happened last year around this time, I was just, I felt lost. I'm going to say it, guys. Like, there was a sense of faith being tested. I'm like, wow. I was blown away by the depth of the connection, and really the depth of the recognition. And now again, it's happening again. And so I'm like, okay, one is could potentially be an oddity. 2 is like, okay. And now with these, with my brother Daniel, and doing these creative projects, and another brother that I'm working with as well, soul brother, and the many others around me, like, man, like, when you're with them, you just have this creative explosion, and you are invited to be the full you. And so again, coming back to this faith, it's like, it's also this faith that we're not meant to struggle as projectors. And I'm feeling very, my faith is being tested in that, and rewarded in that, in the most beautiful ways. Let me see if I'm still recording, guys. I am. Look how beautiful this is, guys. Like, I just want to show you this. So look at these green hills, and this cloud just like hanging there, moving very low. You can see it's like right on the hillside. And also these mesas. Sorry, you might not be able to hear me, guys, because the camera's on the back, but I was just saying how beautiful that cloud is. And also this mesa here with this cloud just floating on top. I just wanted to share that little moment with you. I'm gonna sit down, actually, sit down with you guys and just ground this, because I'm speaking as it's coming through. And even the word faith is so interesting. When we say faith, the next word that comes up is God. And I did not grow up religious. I did always believe that there's something more. I'm 37 at the moment, and oh, look, Swami is here. For those of you who have tuned into this channel more often, this is Swami. Hi, Swami boy. Swami is here walking with me today. And faith for me has taken a very different, and even relationship with God has been very different. I've been working with A Course in Miracles this year, and having had my spiritual experience, mystical experience out of nowhere when I turned 30, which is now, 7.5 years ago. For me, I know there is more to life, and this idea too from the Gene Keys is a very, very interesting one. He says, in the Gene Keys, he says, the we don't have a say in the storyline, but we have a say in the script. In other words, we don't have a say actually in what happens to us. We have a say in how we respond to what happens to us. So he talks about karma being how we respond to things, and the dharma is what happens. And so, in other words, we don't have a say in the dharma, but we have a say in the karma. And I will take that a step further and say, we're not just some victims, because we're not. We're not victims. I believe that we came here. I believe that I came here, and I say we because this is my soul tribe, people that believe this, that feel this in their bones. So I wonder if this resonates with you guys. I decided to come here for, among other things, my soul's evolution. And I decided on the themes that I wanted to work on in this lifetime. I set up the major events in my life, the people I'm meant to meet, potentially even the people I'm meant to be to marry, have children with, who my children will be when I'll die physically, when I'll leave this body. But also a greater mission. I believe I'm here to assist humanity at this time. This is not some random time to be here. I mean, we're in between major cycles in the world. A 24,000 year cycle is ending. And for anyone that's, if you guys are watching this and you're into human design, there's something deeper at play. Everything is connected is what I'm really saying. Like, either everything is connected or it's not. It's not like, oh, it's kind of connected. Like, that's my opinion, at least. And so what I want to say with that is, like, I chose to come here. I even chose my design. I'm a 5-1 projector, Splenic Projector, with the strength 4426, and the rest is undefined. Yeah, and I'm a quad right. So, human design has been so helpful in that, not only in giving me awareness about all of this and allowing me to contemplate and find my own truth in it and to experiment with it, but also permission. Like, I am not a manifesting generator. I have manifesting generators around me, and I know how they are, and it's amazing to witness, but it's not, I can't do it consistently. We as projectors, we can amplify sacral energy and pump it even harder than the manifesting generator can. It's just after a couple of days or a week we crash. And I had this creative explosion, not this past week, it's now Tuesday, not last week, but the week before that. And I also launched my website. It was done. I did a lot of work on that, a lot of creative work. I realize I'm just like squinting the whole time because the sun is there, but it is nice to be in the sun. And creative explosion, especially being with my buddy Daniel. We also launched some other projects which I'll be sharing. But yeah, like this faith, guys, it's so true. And also this exhaustion when we're with people that don't truly recognize us. And I was in a relationship for 6.5 years that I consciously decoupled from, meaning lovingly and through truth and love, separated last year, August. And I just realized that, and this is nothing personal, but I was not recognized in that relationship. And it was exhausting. And I exhausted myself. And after 6.5 years, I felt like I was dying. Like physically dying. My heart was giving me problems. And it's interesting having a heart center defined, me, having the heart center defined, and anybody that has a heart center defined, when you, at least this is my opinion, and this is my theory, is that when you don't do what you want and don't follow your heart and give away your power, you can physically suffer. Your heart can physically suffer. And it was almost like my body was telling me, like, D, you need to get out of this. Like, it was such an intuitive body response. My body was almost like twisting my arm and was like, you need to get out of this now. And anytime I tried to crawl back to that relationship, it was like a 7-day process of getting out. My body was just like, every time I tried to go back, I could feel my heart being heavy again, like literally. I even stepped into a clinic at some point before the conscious decoupling, but my splenic authority told me, and I trusted it. It's like no, and even my intuition is like, no, there's something else at play. This is a spiritual, emotional thing. So yeah, bringing it back to this faith that the right people will show up, and the only way that they're going to show up is if we have faith in ourselves. If we don't go looking for recognition, we're meant to work with systems, follow our profile. If I'm a 5-1, follow the motivation. I'm a guilt motivation, 5-1, meaning I'm just here to share. And I might feel some guilt if I'm not doing that, if I'm not sharing from a place of authority and being a messenger for something new. And again, bringing it back to this whole idea of like, especially as projectors then, if faith is the attitude we're meant to have, and this idea that we're not really in control, only in how we respond. And I do believe there's different timelines, so we do co-create with the universe in that sense. If you're presented by the universe with another situation and you pass the test because you react differently now than you did in the past, you can access a higher timeline. But the storyline, the main themes will still be the same. The details will just be different. The script is going to be different. So I'm really experimenting with this, guys. I have been for the past week, and some amazing things have been happening. Things I couldn't have imagined. A week ago, I did not have the opportunity that I have now. And again, this is something I'll be sharing. I'll be traveling. And I mentioned God before too, and not the Bible God for me personally, but actually the feminine God, the abundant God. Give me 1 second, because Swami is in the street and the car's coming. Swami, come here, boy. He always thinks it's some kind of friend coming, but it's not. Not this time. So, just to recap on this faith. We need to have faith that the right people will show up, the right opportunities will show up. And in fact, I read somewhere that the projector's life will be marked by 1 or 2 key invitations that are going to change our lives. Or in relationship, or in / partnership, or in career, and particularly in career. And I found that too, like me being here was because I was invited to come here to Spain. And I know I was meant to be here because of everything that I went through here. And now the next invitation has come in a very similar way, funny enough. So now I'm off to the next location, and well, you'll be seeing me where I'll be, because I'll be reporting from there and making videos from there. So having faith that the right people will show up, having faith in ourselves, becoming magnetic because we don't need anything from anyone. And we do that by focusing on the things that we are called to focus on. And we're here to lead and guide people. And we're here to lead and guide ourselves first. So it's, what kind of systems are we called to? What kind of experiences keep coming to us? If you're a line 3 or a line 6, you're meant to find out what is and isn't working, or does and doesn't work. And if you keep doing what doesn't work, well, then it's not going to work for you. And it's there to help you. That's your dharma. We are never victims, ever. We co-create our reality. Our karma is completely up to us how we react to things. There's a lot of conditioning around, oh, this is so sad, and like, oh, this. I'm like, no, we can choose to see it that way. But if you ask me, the hardest things in life have actually been the deepest blessings. I don't know if you guys have watched Upside Down. That I think it's a Disney or a DreamWorks or Pixar. And in that too, there's this beautiful idea that really is sadness. Sadness is in a sense a gateway to love. Is love. Pain is love too. Again, having faith that the right people will show up, and also knowing that we are really meant to be in relationship, partnership with people that truly recognize us, so our creative potential fully comes out and we're heard. And knowing that, yeah, that's just being part of the projector, and that's not something that's a limiting factor. That recognition is so powerful, and it's not just them recognizing us. If they recognize us, we recognize them, and they feel deeply seen. My buddy Daniel always says it too. Like, I do this thing with my clients, but also with my soulmate tribe. I'm like fuck yeah, come on, fuck yeah. Like even like I'll even go like, Daniel, fuck you, this is fucking brilliant. Like oh fuck that, like this is fantastic. And I just like, they call it blowing smoke up their ass, like, oh Diederik, you're just but I mean it. And he says, you know, it really works. It makes me feel invincible. It makes me feel like I can do anything. And I'm like, well buddy, you make me feel the same way. And recognition, therefore, is the invitation to be our full selves. Invitations don't always have to be formal. They are energetic. It's an energetic invitation. That being said, guys, we're always invited to speak our truth when we feel like it's time to speak our truth. And again, with faith and bringing it back for me to God and the she, this abundance that we're in, to know that we don't have to struggle. We are not designed to struggle. You know, there's still this part of me sometimes that wakes up. I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta do. I'm like, no, I gotta be. It's in the quality of my presence that I can really be of service, and that's my doing, is being present. Yeah, of course, you know, showing myself and not hiding, and mastering systems and spreading a new message, right? Or my own unique message I'm meant to spread. And you know, through the work that I do, Coded to Thrive, and my mission business, or through sharing here, like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. So we're not meant to struggle. Have faith the right people will show up. Have faith in yourself. You rock. If you're a projector, you know how amazing you are. Man, you know how, just as amazing as it is to be recognized by someone else, us as projectors recognizing other people is amazing for them. It's an amazing experience to be, from what I understand, if you're not a projector, to be recognized by a projector is fucking incredible. It's magical, and it's a gift. And it's a gift that we're here to bring to the world, and we're here to share with the right people. But it's not for us to decide who the right people are. We have to have faith that the right people will find us and come to us when we show up as our true selves. And that's having faith in ourselves, being truthful, and knowing that we're evolving, and we are a unfolding masterpiece. We all are. So yes, with that, my friends, my soul fam, my tribe, I say goodbye to you. I love you. Please comment, share, and subscribe what you think about all of this. I'll also link the document, this document from Richard Rudd, or I'll find a way to just take that part about the projector and share that with you guys, so you can read it for yourselves as well. I'm here to share the knowledge, and would love to hear your wisdom on all of this. Until then, signing off. Much love.